Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. I really appreciate you coming out. So I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. We had this thing on the ground yesterday. It's an '05 Craftsman on the engine, and I believe an '06 on the body. Yep. So this deal came in on 2 for $25. I had gotten another machine Troy built with the bag with a rusty deck I fixed, and then we were working on this yesterday. So I had gone through it yesterday, cleaned the carb. We started put it back together again. I had forgot to clean the tank. We did that together. We put it on the ground. It started. I increased the RPMs because the RPMs were low right here on the adjustment tab in the front. And then it quit. And at that time, the tree service guy who's been bringing me junk showed up, so I had to cut you guys loose and let you go eat donuts and drink Mountain Dew while I dealt with him. So after he left, I came back to this and I'm working on it today. So I figured if it stalled for you guys and then it stalled for me, I had tied up the bail bar and let it run to see what it'll do. Didn't seem to run very long, so that made me think it was more of a carburation issue than the coil heating up and quitting mid-flight. So what I did is took off the cover, filter, backing plate, and I was about to take the carb off. I thought maybe we had a sticking float valve, so I removed the fuel line here at the carb, and there was just a drop of gas coming out, a drop, a drop, a drop. So I knew that was what my issue was because it should be pouring out of there. There's no restriction between the carburetor and the bottom of the tank. So I took off the OEM 1/4 inch drive, 1/4 inch hose. So it's got the date code on it. Probably 18th week of '05 is how they code this Avon brand. Well, the deal is if you're using 10% ethanol, it corrodes the rubber. And what I was having was a blockage back here right out of the nipple. There was a big glob of rubber that was restricting flow. So I tried to ram this thing out, but it's all deteriorated in here. I can't get the remaining gooberization out. Right about there, it's still goobered up. So I said, the hell with this crap. I grabbed some Chinese fuel line, put it on there. Ducky's supervising. He thinks it's going to work. So we're going to put this down on the ground, start it, and then I'm going to show you what came from the tree service guy. I spent a whopping $15. Okay, I'll put you here. I know this thing's going to start. We were just starving for fuel is what the deal was. This has happened to me a couple of times now. I should probably put it into my routine where I fill the tank and make sure it's pouring out of the hose at the carburetor. This seems to be a common malfunction junction. So when I put the backing plate on, I checked my priming, and this thing's priming great. The fuel's hitting the roof of the carb, so I'm good there. Still got to do an oil change on this. Trust me on this, it's going to work. I was not getting shit for fuel. Okay, I'm going to bring you back to my table once I bring the goodies thither. Okay. I still got to do a video of the 4 machines that I got. Saw an ad on Facebook. Gotta hurry up and do that before I get sidetracked. So he had these on top of a pile of brush on his truck. So we got a curved shaft Husky and an all-in-one Ryobi. You can put whatever attachment you so desire. So I'm not that fond of Ryobi, Home Light, all the crappy brands. But it looked kind of new. Primer bulbs there, torch plug. Let's look at this thing. See what year it is. Assembled in Vietnam. Oh, okay. So that's different. 22. 5th month, 10th day of 22. TTI Outdoor Power Equipment Inc. for Ryobi. 25cc conforms to 2022 emission controls. Don't drink the gas. So this is kind of a mystery why this got put out. Usually when the primer bulb breaks, they can't prime it and it goes to the street. Fuel lines are there and they're nice and supple. So what the hell? Let's try it before we go into the Husky. Let's just see if this thing does anything. Okay. Full choke, prime it. This has got a momentary switch, so I don't have to deal with figuring that out. It's got 3/4 of a tank of fuel, and it doesn't seem to be priming very well. Although I think it says here prime 10 times on the starting instructions. Call 1-800-RYOBI Tools if this piece of shit does not start. Okay, it's not priming. So maybe there's... Oh, finally, we're getting action. Oh, I see. The gasket. There must be a weak gasket because it just squirted out the side of the carburetor. And it's water. That's not good. It's a mix of water. Fuel's got water in it, and I'll show you. Wow, a lot more water than fuel. See it beating up here? This is a whole big pile of water. I don't know if you can see that with the sun behind me. That's water. So priming it, like I said, kept priming it, and it was pouring out back in there, just dribbling down the hose and onto the table. So we got more right there. Oops, pull that off by accident. So we know the deal there. I mean, it looks like it's mixed fuel. I don't know where the water came from. Ugh. Maybe their secondary container was contaminated. But I gotta dump that before I do anything. Let's check this out. I think this is a 2022 because I put this on the ground once he handed it to me off the truck, and I just wanted to see the age because it was kind of dried out here. It looks like this was somewhere on a porch. Sun hit it here, but back here, still nice and bright. So that's kind of weird. So I was looking at it, trying to read the date on it. I think I came up with 2022. I thought it was 2015. I was looking at something else, but that wasn't the date code. Okay, it's 2020 US emissions regulations, California 2020. So it's a 5-year-old unit. Basically 28 cc, a little bit more than the Ryobi. Okay. So you see the pull cords off. When this came in, the cord was all the way out and it wasn't retracting, so I thought it was a spring issue. So I gave 10 for this and then 5 for the Ryobi. Told him 15. He didn't seem to squawk. So this was my last project last night when I was sitting on the porch decompressing. This happens to be the 128 Charlie David. Maybe you guys know, is this a homeowner's edition curved shaft? So I took the 3 screws that hold the recoil on Torx bit. So this is out all the way. There was a big blob of dirt, like this thing was sitting down in the dirt, and a bunch of debris up here. So I think a rock had worked its way up in here and had prevented this thing from recoiling. I took some compressed air, blew it out, and the thing recoiled on its own. How lucky can you get? You can see some aftermath debris down in here. So I don't know where they had this thing, but whatever it was got up in here and jammed up. So this thing might start. Bulb looks old, but not broken. So let's put this thing back together and I'll try to start it. So what's going on with you guys? I know you're always busy. You're busier than me. So sales kind of dropped off. We've had some nice weather. Humidity's been down. Maybe people are finally taking a break and not worrying about yard work. You know what I mean? This is a T20, Torx 20 to get these 3 screws off. I'm not complaining about being slow. I got other projects that I've been skipping so I could do some mower ripping. See how much gas is in this one. I'll check. I just mixed a half a gallon of 50 to 1. Who knows how long this thing's been out of commission. Okay. I think that's good there. Let's just take a peek. Bunch of cobwebs under the carburetor. Oh, okay. So this is going to need more work. Yep. Yeah, it's going to need something. I'll show you. Mm-hmm. Taking the fuel cap off right away, I see some plastic, like hose line broken up. Okay, let me remove this. If I can grab that, what I want to grab, we're going to get it one way or another. Come on, this shouldn't be this difficult. Okay, we're gonna let gravity's gonna work for us one way or another. So it's gonna need a, oh wow, that's really plugged up. Corrosion just filled the whole white crusty. So the deal is the fuel lines have deteriorated, they've fallen down into the bottom of the tank. So kind of surprising for a 5-year-old unit. Maybe the ethanol, if they were using ethanol, just dried the fuel line out. So this might be a good turnaround. I'll do some maintenance, change out the bulb just for making sure that all the rubber products are new. 2 fuel lines, bulb. What's the filter look like? It's too bad this thing crapped out. Looks like a decent machine. Got some cobwebs. This thing's been sitting super clean on the filter. Hardly looks like it's been used at all. Allegiance leaving my home airport. I don't see any buildup or anything in the throat of the carb. Looks fairly clean. Giving it throttle, and the throttle's sticky, so got to lube up all that. That's not budging. I'll deal with that. Yep, throttle wafer's not budging. So I got to put some crust buster on this, or maybe just take the whole carb off and clean it. We have no throttle action. Throttle wafer's stuck. Oh, I missed. Who's leaving? Can't see them. They're behind the trees. And choke is stuck too. I can't get down to the throttle. Anyway, nice looking machine. They let it sit. 2020 model year. Too bad. You got to maintain your equipment. So that's all I got for you. We had success on the Craftsman 6.0 with the blocked fuel line. Use non-ethanol, ethanol free, same thing. They also call it recreational gas, as the rubber takes a beating from the ethanol. Couple of turds for 15. Having a good day. I hope you're having a good day as well. Thanks for coming out to Tommy Time. As always, please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job, and I wanted to thank you again for checking out my channel. Whoops, I just kicked you in the knee. See that? I'm thanking you, yet I'm abusing you physically. It's terrible. Thanks to all you subscribers. Like to see you guys comment below. You always give me great tips, life experience on what you've fixed, how to fix it. That's what keeps me moving, shaking, and baking. Adios, amigos.